What do people fear the most? And how do these fears hold us back from reaching our full potential? Hello, and welcome to Saguaro. We're listing the top 10 things that people fear the most. Do you think you have these fears in your life? Stay tuned to find out. Before we get started, please smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more of our videos for a healthy mind, body, and soul. The 10 things people fear the most in life. Number 1, the fear of being judged. A lot of people fear they'll be judged negatively by others, so they tend to shy away from social opportunities and therefore miss their chance to advance in their careers. If you have this fear, you often exaggerate how others will negatively perceive you. You feel vulnerable for attack from others, and this is the primary reason why you won't open up in the first place. It is a normal desire to be liked by others, but the fear of being judged can prevent you from becoming your true self. Here's the harsh truth. People will always judge you no matter what you do. The key to living your best life is to trust in yourself and that you are mentally strong enough to live according to your values. Stop being affected by what other people think of you, especially if those people don't have an impact in your life. Number 2, the fear of change. We are living in a rapidly changing world, yet many people have this fear of change. So what do? They resist it. They become stagnant and miss out on a lot of really good opportunities in life. Stop worrying about the changes ahead. The changes that are coming, it only robs you of the present joy that you should be experiencing. Yes, this life is ever evolving, so we need to prepare for our future. But this should also remind us to take life as it comes. Enjoy the day God has given you, one day at a time. Number 3, the fear of failure. One of the biggest fears among people all around the world is the fear of failing. Many people won't even try something new unless they're sure they can succeed. Who wants to fail? It's embarrassing. Our lives will never go as planned. We can try to predict our future and prepare for it as much as we want, but there will always be some things that will be out of our control. The only way to overcome this fear is to think of failure as a normal part of life, and learning from it can eventually lead to finding your own success. Remember this acronym for FAIL to help you overcome the fear it can present. First attempt in learning. Number 4, the fear of loss of freedom. Having a fear of losing some form of control in life is normal for a human being. It's healthy. It only becomes harmful when you allow this fear to paralyze your thoughts and hold you back. For example, a lot of people enjoy the sense of freedom that comes with being single, but because of this, they tend to avoid serious relationships for fear that they won't be able to tolerate the loss of freedom. We like to be in control whenever possible, but in life it's impossible to control everything. If we don't allow ourselves to be flexible, we'll only miss the golden opportunities that await us. Number 5, the fear of getting hurt. Some fear of getting hurt is healthy. God created that in us to help prevent us from hurting ourselves. It's why we become cautious and avoid life-threatening situations, even when we aren't told to. But there are people with a big fear of getting emotionally hurt. They become overprotective of themselves and end up avoiding friendships or skipping romantic relationships. The best way to fight this fear is to embrace the idea of doing life together. Allow yourself to get to know the people around you, the people in your life on deeper levels. Living a life without relationships is much more hurtful than never discovering the beauty found in relationships. Number 6, the fear of inadequacy. Many people fear that they're just not good enough, so they tend to pass up on opportunities that could have advanced their careers. They think that they just don't measure up to the other people. They think they don't deserve a chance. The first important step to defeating this fear is recognizing that you're experiencing it. Once you do that, you'll clearly see how you can vanquish this fear from your life. The fear of inadequacy can be deep-rooted, and you'll never conquer this fear unless you embrace the idea that you are also worthy of success. Number 7, the fear of being alone. This fear can sometimes force people to remain in bad relationships and resist living alone. In today's digital age, people with the fear of loneliness also tend to use social media excessively and miss out on making face-to-face connections. One effective way to combat this fear is unlearning the common misconception that you are automatically sad when you're alone. And there are exciting ways to allow your imagination and creativity to come alive during these times and let yourself find a new hobby. Number 8, the fear of rejection. A lot of people consciously avoid entering into new relationships, or they firmly decide not to meet new people because they fear that they will only be rejected. Rejection is always a possibility, even if we put in 100% of our effort. But we should always be most satisfied by giving life our all, and that's what should matter the most. So if you've got a fear of your boss saying no to your salary raise, or maybe you fear that someone you're attracted to won't go out on a date with you, don't let the fear of rejection hold you back from trying. While being rejected can be painful, it won't sting as much as a missed opportunity. And remember, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Number 9, the fear of something bad happening. This is another fear that's beyond our control. People who constantly fear that something bad might happen tend to restrict their activities and therefore don't enjoy life as much as they could. You need to accept the fact that bad things happen in life. It's inevitable. In the midst of tragedy, restoration will always come. Worrying will only lead to anxiety, and worrying won't bring success into your life any faster. So what should you do? Learn to be brave so that you can endure the unpleasant side of life and come out stronger on the other side. Number 10, fear of the unknown. All the fears on this list could possibly be whittled down to one fear, a fear that is biggest for a lot of people around the world, and that is the fear of dying and not knowing what comes next. We then allow ourselves to get busy living so that we can avoid that big question. Some people fear that thinking about what comes next will only make them realize that nothing they do actually matters. It will only lead them into a life of apathy and only scare them from taking responsibilities in their life. You don't have to let fears keep you stuck in a rut. The greatest counterattack you can do against fear is to face it head on. It builds mental muscle, and the more mental muscle you have, the easier it will be to face your fears. Facing your fear is an internal battle you have to fight. Will Smith once said, "Our greatest opportunities lie on the other side of our biggest fears." Those are the 10 biggest things that people fear the most. How about you? What's your biggest fear? Comment down below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Click the notification bell, or a scary ghost will attack you in your dreams. Please check out our other videos.